Hi, everybody. The reason why I haven't been posting videos is, well, the last video I did, the reason why the upload is such crappy quality was I, I tried to upload it in MPEG, which everyone knows that's not that big of a file. It was like a little over 500 meg, which is half the maximum to put on YouTube, and it just was taking forever to upload, like over 24 hours, and which is, I think, a lot of time for it to upload to YouTube. I think 3 or 4 hours would be the maximum for a high quality video. But anyway, I just said screw it, and I converted the file to WMB, which is, everyone knows that's a tiny, tiny file, and it was like 30 meg, I think, and it didn't take that long. It took less than an hour, but it was really crappy quality. That kind of turned me off to do video making, even though I do want to do video making, but not vlogs, but like professional videos, like in contests and things. But I just felt like I had no reason to make a video all of a sudden. Just other things I want to do with my life and just not feeling like it. And I got a new laptop, which is, it looks the same, but it's a newer model. It's just the Wi-Fi connection on the other one just wasn't, it broke. So we were like, we'll get a new one. But that's not the reason why I wanted to do this video. And everyone just clicking on this because of what I'm going to talk about. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear about crap about my life, whatever. Um, there is a movie that came out last year, the end of last year, but I watched it a couple days ago. I don't know when it was. It was a couple, 3 days ago. But I wanted to do a video about this. And there's another thing I want to do a video about, that TJ from Amazing Atheist, uh, he just basically took, like, I don't know, a little over a month ago, he said that there's a website called ChristianSpotlight.com where people, the very conservative people, write reviews of a movie is offensive or not. Well, it seems like everyone that they think is offensive, I want to go and see, that they make this movie sound so wonderful that I want to go see it, and it's so funny. That they, like, this one person said that if you say the word gosh, it's taking the Lord's name in vain. And I don't know what movie it was. It's Bolt or some kid's movie that said gosh and golly and darn and all this stuff. And he said that's taking the Lord's name in vain, and they shouldn't do that in movies. And it's just the liberal media trying to slowly convert kids into being little hellions, and it was. I love people like that. It's so funny to hear them, to read comments or just to hear them speak, which I've never really heard them speak. I guess on Fox News they talk like that sometimes, but I love, one of my favorite kinds of movies is like a realistic movie, like it could realistically happen. But I also like what I call realistic sci-fi, which is like a world like our world, but something is like a wrench is thrown into the gears and then something happens. And this is what this movie is kind of like. It's called Blindness, and it's kind of like just a typical day, and then people start becoming blind, and it's a white blindness, which anyone that knows anything about being blind is usually black. And then sometimes people, they see an image that is close up, but they can't see anything. It's like being in a fog. Like you can see something if it's like this. I had a counselor that was blind, so I kind of knew it just by having the relationship with her when I was in high school. But I know she would put a piece of paper up like this and she could read it, but everything else was black, really. But anyway, these people was just white, and the government didn't know if they should quarantine the people, if it's contagious, or it was something that they ate. They had no clue. And some of the I have IMDb right here on their page. It has Danny Glover in it, Julianne Moore, and then Julianne Moore's husband was Mark Ruffalo, whoever that is. I've recognized him before. I recognize him from other movies, but not a clear cut scene. But anyway, the reason why I mentioned that other website is there's only one review on it, and they said it was very offensive. It was very like people were sitting all over the place. So of course that made me want to go see the movie. And basically, it wasn't the best movie in the whole world. And of course, I'm doing a video about it like 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days after I actually watched the movie. I know it's a good movie when it leaves a lasting impression that you can't stop thinking about a movie, you know what I mean? You just cannot stop thinking about a movie. It just, you, it takes your breath away kind of thing. And also, the people on that movie, I guess this is half talking about that website, half talking about this movie. The people on that website, it's like they have this denial thing where they just want to have movies out there that it's a feel good movie and it's clean. And oh, because I know there was this one movie that someone talked about Hilary Duff being a prostitute, and they shouldn't. They have little to no respect for her now because of that. Well, I feel you need to show the bad stuff in order to show the good stuff. Um, to a kid, and Hilary Duff being a prostitute, that wouldn't be a good kids film, of course. But you show a teenager, because you can't just say the Bible says it's wrong, so don't do it. With the kid, you have to show the bad consequences too. And I feel that there could be prostitutes that are good, but they don't think that having sex without being married to someone is wrong. But showing the consequences of a drug addict or a prostitute or a drug dealer or somebody that's bad, even a politician or an average Joe stealing or something, that they go to jail or they uh, suffer some kind of consequence. And you have to show, okay, well, that person learned the hard way not to not do that. I feel that you have to show the bad stuff. You cannot just deny like it doesn't even exist. That's why I'm bothered by people on that website, and I know I shouldn't go on there if I'm bothered, whatever. I'm just saying that it's like they don't understand that you have to show the bad stuff as, along with the good stuff, you know what I mean? Um, so this was it was very shocking. The people, at the end, they showed people that were blind and they were clinging on to one another. It's because they could not see, so they were very relied on another. It was teamwork, and that was very interesting. And it seemed like at the end they were walking around like zombies, uh, and it showed if there's no laws, people feel like they can get away with murder, and it's very interesting to show how uh, human human nature is sometimes. That someone is just an asshole, but when you take the government away, that they feel like they can overrule everything. And I'm looking at my time here. Um, if you don't get shocked that easy, this is very good film. If you like my kind of taste, it's a good film. It's not like the best film in the whole world, but it is really good. Especially when you think about if I was in that situation, what would I do if you're that type of person that thinks like that? that's a really good film to watch for you. If you're in that, if you are like me and you think that way. So anyway, it's go and watch it if you want. If you don't, don't. Bye.